I don't know about you guys, but I have been looking forward to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for such a long time, and to find out that there is a huge flaw in the game that makes it play really badly is definitely something that's upsetting. So today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, just a warning really quick, I am not going to be showing actual gameplay of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet until the end of the video, where I go a little bit more in depth about what's happening, just in case you guys don't want to see which Pokemon appear in what area or anything else like that. But I wanted to go ahead and talk today about one of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's biggest issues, which is the lag. I cannot believe how bad this game is when it comes to the stutters and everything else that it has in this game. I mean, this is Pokemon. I have never seen a game lag this badly while you are playing it, and it's just extremely disheartening to see something like this. Now, I know what a lot of people are probably thinking. Yeah, the lag is in the game, but we all kind of expected that, but I don't think that anybody expected the game to lag this badly at all. Now, at the time of recording, I just downloaded this game and I haven't been able to try the online or anything else like that, so I'm assuming that that probably is going to be just as bad, if not worse, considering Nintendo's online servers are absolutely terrible. However, in just the single player mode alone, it is absolutely atrocious. I cannot believe how bad this lag is, and it's, like I said, really disappointing to see that Pokemon released this game without fixing this issue. So let's go ahead and show off what I'm talking about. Now, once again, if you guys don't want spoilers because the game officially launches tomorrow in the United States, I don't mind if you go ahead and click off of it, because I am going to be showing some gameplay. I'm not going to be showing any story elements or trainer battles or anything else like that. I'm just going to run around and try to battle against wild Pokemon and catch wild Pokemon, just to give you guys some idea of what's happening right now, because when you see this, you are not going to believe it. So let's go ahead and switch over to the actual game. Okay, so here we are in the actual game, and as you can tell, yeah, I mean, it does look pretty good, but you can see that there is definitely some noticeable lagging. Now, from what I've heard, this game actually sometimes can't even run at 30 frames per second. Now, just to give you guys some context, I am actually playing this game on a Nintendo Switch OLED, which is the most updated version or model of the Nintendo Switch, so in terms of the hardware, there really shouldn't be any issues, but yeah, there are going to be some glaring flaws, and I wouldn't be surprised if you were playing this on a Switch Lite or on a regular Nintendo Switch if you guys saw even more. So let's go ahead and find a Pokemon battle. So right here you guys can see that as I'm running, you can see that it's just lagging, the stuff is not loading in very well. If you look in the background, you can actually see all of the stuff that's just like having a difficult time loading and everything, so it's just very disheartening. And there's a wild Hoppip, so let's go ahead and throw our Pokeball. Takes a few seconds to lag before the ball even opens, and here we are in the battle. So overall, from my very limited amount of time just playing with battles and stuff like that, it doesn't seem as bad. The lag is not as noticeable quite yet, but even at the end, you can see. Now, as we turn the camera and we're running, you can see that this frame rate is just absolutely awful. I cannot believe that Pokemon decided to release this game without fixing this. Now, there is a day one update, and that day one update is already installed on my Nintendo Switch for this game, so they didn't even fix it then. I can't believe it. As we move around, you can see the trainer's legs do not look like they're moving correctly. They sometimes will lag, and he just kind of looks strange. I don't really know how to describe it other than it's just really weird to be seeing this right now, and I'm sure you guys can all agree. Now let's go ahead and try to find an example that's even more disheartening. So even just walking up to the Pokemon Center, you can see there's noticeable lag, which is very disappointing. And look at that person in the background walking right now. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay, but sometimes, especially when you're moving, I've noticed the frame rate slows down so much until you get up close to them. And I know to a lot of people that's not a big deal, but when you're playing through this game and you're actually seeing them like while you're playing through it, it is definitely noticeable, and the slowdown is very, very annoying. Now, luckily, the Pokemon walking around by themselves don't seem to have that many issues, but just the fact that there's so many issues right now is just so strange to me. I cannot believe they released this game without fixing this. Even running up and down this hill right now, you can tell that there is, in fact, some lag, which, again, very disappointing. So once again, it's a little bit I mean, it's not terrible, it's not unplayable, but it's just so weird. when you're actually in the battle, like the grass swaying like that and the trees with the shadows and everything, it looks so good. But just when you're running around and the slowdown happens, it just makes the game like not feel good. Now, the last thing that I wanted to say really quickly is that, yes, there are noticeable frame drops and lag and everything else like that, and it's not great to look at all. This game is really fun, but one of the biggest issues I have seen so far, I've seen 2 cutscenes at this point in the game that have been like big story cutscenes, and at the end of those cutscenes, the very first one, if you look right at the end, you will see that the characters actually go to T-posing, which, if you guys don't know what that is, T-posing is when they stand straight up, have their arms out to the sides, and it's basically, from my understanding, T-posing happens like during development for some reason, just for the character models and stuff like that. So pay attention to that while you're playing the game, because trust me, once you see it one time, after every other cutscene, you're always going to be looking at this. So yeah, guys, let me know if you guys are planning on buying Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm going to be making a ton of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content. I'm so excited to be playing this game and talking about this game. So if you guys are excited, let me know in the comments, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.